Members of the school board, Dr. Shandor, chief officers, faculty, staff, parents, and the graduating class of 2017, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the commencement ceremony for Summer Academy. Mrs. Hosmer, Summer Academy Assistant Principal, will proceed with our ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the York High School NJRTC Color Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the National Anthem by Amber Shell, a Bruton High School student.
Colors, attention. Right, face. Forward, march. Colors, hold. Left, face. Present, colors. Ready, cut.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and great stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Colors. Ready, cut. Left, face. Forward, march.
Thank you, and you may now be seated. It is my pleasure to now introduce Reggie Fox, principal of the Virtual High School Academy.
Good afternoon. It is my esteemed pleasure to be here with you today. Honored graduates, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, and friends, welcome to the York County School Division Summer Academy Commencement Exercise. Today we celebrate the graduation of 17 students, 13 of which are here today. Graduation is an academic ceremony fostered by nearly 1,000 years of history and tradition. It is a day of celebration and excitement. However, the ceremony should reflect great dignity and respect. We are delighted to be here with them to celebrate the culmination of their academic achievement. To the families of the graduates, we thank you for your partnership and support throughout their high school experience. Would all of the parents, guardians, and family members please stand? Also, I would like to recognize the school administrators, principals, assistant principals, counselors, and those who are out of our school division to stand to be recognized, as you have worked equally as hard with all of these students. Our graduates have completed their coursework online. Therefore, these students have become technologically competitive. Today, the York County School Division confirms your readiness to move on into the world, which marks the ending of one phase and the beginning of another. Congratulations again on your wonderful accomplishment. While honoring these graduates today, we also recognize the work of a dedicated leader serving our school division and in education for a total of 49 years. Dr. Catherine Jones recently retired from her role as the Director of School Administration for 9 years. During her time in education, she served as a teacher, assistant principal, Director of School Administration, and Interim Chief Operations Officer. Dr. Jones has changed the lives of students from Tabb High School, York High School, and Bruton High School during her tenure in York County. The Summer Academy program is only one of the many initiatives that Dr. Jones led and supervised in the school division. Today, we would like to present a special gift to Dr. Jones. Would you please join us here at the podium? From this day on, every flower you place in this vase will represent the legacy and memories that you have left with students, staff, parents, and the community at large. We hope that this will forever remind you of the lives that you have touched. Thank you, Dr. Jones, for your work in the York County School Division. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Matthew Leeper, Assistant Principal, who will introduce some of our special guests.
Thank you, Mr. Fox. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it is with great pleasure that I'm able to recognize and thank the York County School Board members for their support. District 1, we'd like to thank Barbara Haywood, Chair. District 2, Dr. Talbot and Vivian. District 3, Mark Medford, Vice Chair. District 4, James E. Richardson. District 5, Dr. Robert George. We would also like to recognize the following York County School Division administrative staff and school board office representatives who are here with us today. Chief Operations Officer, Dr. Carl James. Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Stephanie Guy. Chief Financial Officer, Mr. William Bowen. Director of School Administration, Dr. Aaron Butler. And the Associate Director of School Administration, Mrs. Cheryl Parr. I am pleased to introduce Dr. Carl James. Dr. James has over 25 years of educational administrative experience. He currently serves as the Chief Operations Officer for the York County School Division. Dr. James has also served the York County School Division as Interim Superintendent, the Director of School Administration, Principal for Instruction at the Grafton High School Complex, Principal at Bruton High, and as an Assistant Principal, Teacher, and Coach at Tabb High School. Dr. James has also served as an Adjunct Professor for the George Washington University Hampton Roads Center, and as a member of the Board of Directors for the Virginia Association of Secondary School Principals. Dr. James received a Bachelor of Science degree from Elizabeth City State University, a Master's of Arts degree from Virginia State University, an Educational Specialist degree, and as a Doctor of Education degree from the George Washington University. Dr. James is committed to the lifelong learning, and he believes in leading from a teachable point of view. At this time, we will have greetings from Dr. James.
Thank you, Mr. Leeper, for that kind introduction. Good evening, good afternoon, rather. Parents, guests, and more importantly, the class of 2017. On behalf of the York County School Board, I'm pleased to welcome each of you to the 2017 Summer Academy Commencement Exercise. More importantly, to the class of 2017. Today is your day, the day you graduate from high school, a day for celebrating the fact that you are prepared to enter the next phase of attaining your lifelong goals and dreams. Mrs. Barbara Haywood, chair of the school board, sends regrets for not being here today to share in this special celebration. However, she extends congratulations to each of you on behalf of the board. Mrs. Haywood realizes that each of you have varied interests. However, she believes that each of you is fully prepared to accomplish great things in the next phase of your life, whether it's joining the workforce, entering the military, or enrolling in an institution of higher education. To each of you, the world has a place, and it's waiting for you to assume your place and to make a difference. And I know you can do that. So as you move forward from today, it's important to focus on strategies for attaining your future goals. And along the way, please always remember this, that success only comes before work in the dictionary. In closing, I say to you, go forward, imagine the future that you want for yourself and your family, hold on to your dreams, do great work, and continue to make your family and friends proud of you. Congratulations again on reaching this important milestone in your life.
Thank you, Dr. James, and please welcome Mrs. Kristin Wood, the Virtual Summer Academy Assistant Principal.
I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Stephanie Guy. She began her tenure as Chief Academic Officer of the York County School Division in July of 2010. She began her career in public education in 1985 and has 32 years of experience as teacher and administrator, 20 years of which she served in the York County School Division as an assistant principal, director of secondary instruction, and chief academic officer. Dr. Guy graduated with honors from Old Dominion University. She earned both her master's degree and doctoral degree in educational public policy planning, leadership from College of William and Mary. Dr. Guy grew up in Newport News, Virginia. She and her husband, Ed, have 2 sons, both of whom serve in the military and have been blessed with 5 wonderful grandchildren. At this time, we'll have greetings from Dr. Guy.
Thank you, Kristin. Good afternoon. Today's ceremony provides us with the opportunity to celebrate and recognize the enormous accomplishments each of you have made in reaching this milestone. You're beginning a new phase in your life where you'll become less dependent on mom and dad and more responsible on a personal level for the decisions you make. Okay, before I go too far, let me say this transition occurs more rapidly for some and slower for others. However, this newfound responsibility also brings with it greater opportunity and choice. How you handle each of these will tell others a great deal about you. So if you'll indulge me for just a moment, I'd like to talk about 3 very important choices that I believe will make your life richer and more meaningful. 1, love deeply. Human beings by nature are social creatures, and life is made much more meaningful by the relationships that we have with others, both at home and at work. Vince Lombardi once said about love, "I don't necessarily have to like my associates, but as a person I must love them. Love is loyalty, love is teamwork, love respects the dignity of the individual. Affection, devotion, benevolence, compassion, and admiration are all aspects of love, and it is essential that we show love towards one another through our words and actions." So a quick quiz. You thought you were done with those. Please raise your hand if you have told at least one person today that you love them. That's pretty good, but I didn't get 100%, so we're going to have to work on that. Never let a day pass without letting other people know how much they mean to you. You will be remembered not so much for what you accomplished in life, but for the lives you touched. Number 2, persevere. To persevere is to refuse to quit, to continue steadfast in the face of opposition or discouragement. Perseverance requires relentless determination. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Each of you here knows a little bit about perseverance. However, I would suggest that all too often we give up. Sorry, the mic's in my way a little bit. We give up if we believe something is outside our reach. One of my favorite movies of all time is Rudy. The movie is based on a real person, Daniel Eugene Rudiger. Rudy was an average high school student and an average high school athlete. What was not average about Rudy was his drive and perseverance. At age 23, following the death of a close friend, Rudy decided to chase his dream. Although he was only 5 foot 8 inches tall, he dreamed of playing football for Notre Dame. He didn't have the grades to get into Notre Dame or the size to play football for a Division I school, but that didn't matter. He got into Holy Cross Junior College in South Bend and supported himself as a groundskeeper. After 2 years at Holy Cross and 3 rejection letters, Rudy finally gained acceptance to Notre Dame. He also earned a spot on the practice squad that helped prepare the football team for their opponents. Over the next 2 years, he earned the respect of his teammates and coaches through the drive and determination he displayed every day at practice. And on November 8, 1975, he dressed for the final home game of his college career against Georgia Tech. And during the final moments of the game, Coach Devine put him in as a defensive end. On the final play of the game, he sacked the Georgia Tech quarterback, and to this day, he is one of only 2 players to ever be carried off the field by his teammates. Oh, and he also graduated from Notre Dame that same year with a bachelor's degree in sociology. So don't sell yourself short. If you know what you want, determine what it is you need to get there, and are willing to persevere, to never quit, you can reach your goal. And lastly, never stop learning. From the moment you were born, your life has been about learning. As a toddler, you probably drove your parents crazy with your why questions. Your curiosity, your thirst for answers to the questions life presented was insatiable. Unfortunately, as we get older, we sometimes become complacent about learning, focusing more on the right answers rather than a quest for understanding. Arthur Burns once said that the mistake that others make, and I trust you will never make, is to treat education as a chore instead of a joy, to treat graduation as an end of education rather than a beginning. Today's graduation ceremony marks a new beginning, but it shouldn't mark the end of your education. Continue to ask questions, persevere toward your goals, and love deeply. As Mother Teresa said, life isn't about how much we do, but how much love we put in the doing. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Guy. Please welcome Tiana Anthony and Reginald Fox, principals of Summer Academy and Virtual High School.
Chief officers, faculty, staff, parents, and graduates, it's with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 2017 Summer Academy commencement. That was a great introduction as we welcome them again, right? We're so excited to stand before you and celebrate the graduates of 2017. Mrs. Anthony and I attended a breakfast just a few weeks ago, and the guest speaker spoke to the young people, such as yourself, about finding a career that includes your passion. He said that he would always stay true to himself by following his passion and making his job something that he wanted to do.
When we left the breakfast, Mr. Fox and I had to agree that his message truly resonates with us as we reflect on today's commencement. We have careers that we love. I love working with young people and helping them reach their goals. Mr. Fox loves helping people through education, music, and mentorship.
We have followed our passion and encourage you to do the same. Passions vary from person to person and help to make us unique. When writing this speech, we thought about all of you and wanted to highlight some of the reflections that express your passion.
William Barnes and Jonathan Edge. Use your love for your friends and family to guide your future. Find a career that allows you to work with people, laugh, and be proud of yourselves.
Travion Hines and Jason Wilson, both of you are choosing to protect your country. This honorable career will make you proud. Continue walking a path that helps to recognize the important contribution that you will give to others.
Rachel McClay. I'm about to cry. I'm sorry. Some of these are my students. Read it for me.
Rachel McClave and Kelsey Monday. Your love of sound will expand your social circle and expose you to new adventures. Pursuing a career in sound engineering may not be understood by everyone, but it is your passion. Do not stray from making it your goal. Sophia Lake and Isaiah McKinnon. Your love for people will be expressed as passion for others, helping others to understand who they are and to help them work through their problems. This will give you a sense of accomplishment as you grow older.
Ashley Piero. Life will become faster, but the time for yourself will seem to lessen. Don't forget your athletic abilities. As you get older, use your love for running to get through the hard times that you may face.
Aaron Fox. Follow your passion and your love for technology as it will continue to be fueled as you move forward. Building 3 computers is an accomplishment in itself, but let your hobby become your passion as you study computer science and cybersecurity.
Janine Dahl and Marquise Smith. Travel the world and capture memories that are not easily forgotten. The photographs that you take will create solace when needed.
And Jacqueline Yednak. Continue to strive for the excellence that you have achieved over the years. Find a career that recognizes your accomplishments and the value that you have to offer.
So graduates, keep this in mind. It may not be easy, but dedicate yourself to your passion. And remember that anything worth pursuing has its ups and downs. A poem entitled Thinking, written by Walter D. Wintle in 1905, exemplifies the final message that we hope to convey today.
If you think you have been beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't.
If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out the world we find, success begins with the fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind.
If you think that you are outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize.
Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but soon or late the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. If you choose a job you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
At this time, the diplomas will be presented to the graduates by Mr. Fox and Mrs. Anthony. We will be assisted by Mr. Leeper and Ms. Hosmer. Graduates have met the requirements to receive their diploma, and their names of all the graduates will be announced. Graduates from Bruton High School, Janine Marie Dahl. Sophia Isabel Lake. Marquise DeLeon Smith. Jason Kevin Wilson. Graduate from Grafton High School, William David Barnes. Graduates from Tab High School, Aaron Jacob Fox. Jacqueline Rose Yednak. Graduates from York High School, Jonathan Ray Edge. Travion Isaiah Hines. Rachel Elizabeth McClave. Isaiah Zachary McKinnon. Graduate from Gloucester High School, Ashley Marie Pereiro. graduate from Poquoson High School, Kelsey Sue Monday. Thank you.
By the authority vested in me by the Virginia Department of Education and the York County School Board, I hereby declare you high school graduates. Please turn your tassels if you haven't already done it. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to join us in a reception to congratulate the 2017 summer graduates outside of the auditorium. At this time, please stand and allow our graduates and our stage guests to recess.